Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Karen Sabbath and I am the oncology nutritionist at the Leever Cancer Center. I have the privilege of working with patients who are undergoing treatment to help them manage any side effects that might affect their ability to eat, like diarrhea or nausea or difficulty swallowing, changes in their senses of taste, or just a poor appetite. I also get to work with people when their treatment is completed who are interested in improving their lifestyle. Maybe they want to exercise more, or maybe they want to eat better. And that's a lot of fun because people are usually pretty motivated at that point. So one of the most underestimated meals of the day is breakfast. And I find that a lot of people just don't eat breakfast. They have lots of excuses. I'm not hungry in the morning. I don't have time. I have to race to take the kids to their activities or school or do my job. And so they skip breakfast, maybe gulp down some coffee, and then they go to work or do whatever they're doing. And around 10 or 10:30, they're really, really hungry, they're tired, and they grab whatever they can find, which might be coffee cake or a Danish or a donut or something like that. But when you think about it, you really need fuel in the morning. People get a lot of work done in the morning, and if your tank is empty, you're not going to have the energy and the focus to get your job done. So what I thought I would do today is talk to you a little bit about breakfast. It's a really important meal of the day. So you might not eat breakfast first thing. Maybe you gulp down some coffee, which incidentally is good for you. Coffee has a lot of antioxidants. It has caffeine in it, so you get a little buzz. What's the problem with coffee is when you start adding in the cream, the sugars, the flavors, lots of fat and extra calories that are not healthy. But coffee in and of itself is actually healthy for you. So what I've done is I've divided the components of breakfast into 4 different groups. In order to have a healthy breakfast, or really any healthy meal, you need to have 4 components. One is some kind of a carb, because carbs will give you some quick energy and that will kind of get the juices flowing. Then you need a protein source, which will give you some extra staying power, and some fat and fiber, which will just finish it out and you'll stay full for a lot longer. So that might sound kind of overcomplicated, but it's really pretty easy. And the way you do it is you pick from different categories of food, which I have for you right here. So the first thing we'll talk about is grains, which have carbs in them, and they also usually have fiber with them. I recommend whole grains, so we don't want things that are refined, we want things that are whole. For example, rolled oats. Rolled oats are great for you, they have a lot of fiber, and there's nothing in them except whole oats, which is great. We have a number of different whole grain cereals. Again, you want something that's low in sugar. Look at the first ingredient on the label and it should say whole grain rice or whole grain brown rice or whole grain wheat. Cheerios are always great. We grew up with Cheerios. You can get whole grain waffles. These are frozen blueberry waffles, but the first ingredient is whole wheat flour. And then there's whole wheat bread. Again, the first ingredient should say whole wheat flour or 100% whole wheat flour. If the first ingredient says wheat flour, you might think, oh, that's great. But white flour is wheat flour because flour is from wheat. So you want it to say whole wheat. Again, look at the label. It should have about 2 grams or more of fiber in it. I also have here some granola, which I've made. The recipe will be found on the Leever website. And this has whole grains in it, in addition to many other things. So this would be another example of a whole grain. The next category is fruits and or vegetables, or some combination of both. So vegetables and fruits provide you with some carbs and also some fiber. So again, we're looking at that, excuse me, the protein, carbs, fat, and fiber. So here I have, if you look, I have different things. I have some vegetables. So let's say you wanted to make an omelet. You could saute some mushrooms maybe, or onions, peppers, and put them with your eggs. If you have leftover sweet potatoes from dinner or something, you can saute that and make kind of a hash. We also have lots of different fruits. I have here some raspberries, blueberries, but any berries are good. And I have bananas, oranges, any fruit is good. You can also buy frozen fruit, which is just as good as fresh. And if you're making a smoothie, it makes the smoothie extra nice and thick. So that's that. And then we look at the protein. So for protein, there's many, many different options. There's eggs or egg whites. The problem with egg whites, they're high in protein, but they have no fat. So you'd want to combine them with something that has a little fat in it. We have lots of dairy products, so there's milk, cottage cheese, yogurt, regular cheese, and there's nuts and seeds. So peanut butter is a great option. Almonds I have here, sunflower seeds, many, many different types of protein. So what you want to do is you want to plan your breakfast with something from each group. For example, cereal with a banana or blueberries and some milk. So you have your grain, your fruit, your milk. This is a low-fat milk, so it has a little fat in it. Maybe you want some whole wheat toast with some peanut butter on it and some bananas, and you can have that for breakfast with something to drink. Or maybe you want some eggs, or you can have hot cereal like oatmeal, and if you make it with milk instead of water, then you get some protein in it as well. Put some fruit on it, put some nuts on it if you want. And granola, especially if it's homemade, the ones from the store can have a lot of sugar in it, have nuts and grains, so that's covering two bases. And then you can add some fruit to that and you have your complete breakfast. So suppose you just don't have a lot of time and you're kind of on the run, you want to have something that you can bring with you. There's a couple of different options. One is a smoothie, which is very, very popular now. And for a smoothie, you need some kind of a liquid base. It can be milk, it can be water, it can be almond milk. Keep in mind, if it's almond milk is really almond flavored water, so it doesn't have a lot of nutrition in it by itself, but it is lactose free. You need some kind of a protein source. So you could use a protein powder. There's lots of them on the market. You could put in peanut butter, yogurt, cottage cheese, something like that. And then you need your add-ins. So that's usually where the fruit comes in. And again, the frozen fruits, the tropical medley is a really good one. It has bananas, strawberries, pineapple, mango. It gives a really nice flavor. You can add that in, and you've got all of the components of a healthy breakfast. Suppose that doesn't appeal to you. Suppose you want to make something a little different that you can just pack in a bag and eat when you get to work. So I'm going to show you how to make a yogurt parfait. And this is something you can get ready even the night before and just pop it in your bag, put an ice pack with it or put it in the fridge, and it's ready to eat when you go. So you start with a mason jar. I'm just going to move this over so you can see. Take the top off. And you start with some fruit. So I have some raspberries and blueberries. So I'll put some of each in the bottom. Some berries. If you want, you can use a bigger jar. And then on top of that, we're going to put some yogurt. Now I make my own yogurt, and again, there'll be a recipe for this on the Leever website, but you might be better off, rather than getting a sweetened yogurt at the store, of getting plain yogurt and sweetening it yourself, even if you use like a little maple syrup or something, because you'll probably add way less sugar than the ones you buy in the store. So we'll take the yogurt and we'll add in a dollop of that. And then we're going to put in some granola. And this is really good granola, trust me. So let me get another spoon. And you add a little granola. Like that. And then we just repeat. So we take some berries. And some raspberries. And again, you can use bananas, you can use anything you want. And we'll put in a little yogurt and a you have it. And it's pretty, and it's got protein, fat, fiber, grain, carbs, everything you could use. Screw it up, and when you're ready to eat it, you can either eat it like this, or you can kind of give it a shake, and you can see it's all mixed. And then we'll take a little taste, just to see. You can see what it looks like on the inside. Let's see. It's really, really good. It's crunchy, it's sweet, it has the yogurt in it, the granola. It's really, really good, and it's actually pretty filling, and it's really healthy. So this is an easy thing. Some people even bring this for lunch. As long as you keep it cool, you're good to go. So you can see that breakfast doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's fun, it's healthy, it gives you the fuel that you need for the day, and it's a great way to start your day. So enjoy. All of the materials that we've discussed are on the website. There'll be recipes for smoothies, for breakfast ideas, the yogurt, the granola recipe. You'll find it all there. And thank you very much for your time.